ARESxGOD here, and it's been a while with the shift between new series, old ones ending with the new anime season, and I'm also planning of having some changes with the channel. Talk more about that in a different video probably, but right now we're here for Overlord, and man, I've missed this series so much. I can't believe we finally have season 4, one of my favorite series. I really like overpowered main character, isekai, otherworld series. I know not everybody likes them, but for me I just like them. I don't know, I am having so much fun with the series. Not everything needs to be a masterpiece. They have all their issues, but this is just so fun, and I've missed the character beat. Albedo shows in the first scene of the episode. Overlord, actually Ain's Gone, or Momoga, however you wanna call him, trying to take over the world. I actually recently finished Skeleton King in Another World, and it was a nice series, but every time I was watching an episode, I wish this was Overlord. I wish this was Overlord. Come on, give me Overlord. And we finally have this episode here, and I can't wait for more. I really wanted to have next episode, the world conquering begins. So let's get it into it and talk about it. Now, like I said, first scene is straight up Albedo still being very horny for Ainz, and there are some also serious questions by her and Ainz posed while she was in her horny mode. You got a bit serious, thinking what kingdom he will create, and towards the end of the episode we finally get an answer, or Ainz discovers what type of kingdom he wants to create, and we'll talk more about that, which I can't wait for it. Now we have Ainz waking up. Apparently the maids were taking shift changes to make sure he's okay while he was even sleeping. But the question that he asked, which I liked quite a lot, shows how much he misses proper interactions with people, because everybody is either scared of him or worships him. There's no middle ground, doesn't have anybody to be as his equal, even thinking how would they react if I ask them to be my equals. Curious if he's ever gonna get somebody who he will be able to share his proper inner thoughts without having those two extremes, scared or worship. Even now, the new clothes he got from the maid Fins, if I remember her name correctly, Fancy, probably made him look like the undead pope in a way. That's the feeling I got from him. Having to deal with managing their new kingdom document, even though he had no idea what he was signing over there, he still signed them, pretending, of course I know everything, as per usual. This is why I missed Overlord. Albedo and Demiurge are probably the ones that are working the most, and he's always there. Yes, this was my plan all along. Of course. Now, they're also trying to create laws for the Sorcerer kingdom, and Albedo, of course, assuming he knew everything, so seeing him as a god, but he also mentioned that Demiurge is gonna help, even though he's still putting some groundwork in the Holy Kingdom, which I'm very curious. I think this was a nugget of information they dropped here. Maybe you're gonna have an interaction with the Holy Kingdom, with everything, especially that happened last season. Speaking of last season, I really hope we're not gonna have those CGI abominations that we have, even though I had a lot of fun with previous season and Overlord in general. Please, no more CGI like that. Just please, for the love of Ain's Ungo, no more CGI like that in the series. Now, also have the suggestions part. He had an idea where everybody submitting suggestions to improve things anonymously. Of course, there's one education for kids, and Albedo was instantly shutting down all suggestions at the faces she was making. They compromise with it, setting up an orphanage outside of town and only taking care of giving information to talented people for Nazarick. Now we have one suggestion by him. He took advantage of the system he created. He wanted Nazarick to be more united and even had uniforms, but Albedo like, No. No. Whoever suggested that needs to be killed. Poor Ein. I like how Albedo swaps from either horny, calm, cool, and collected instantly, like back and forth. But yeah, now we had some fun moments because we had Aura and Mare coming in. They're still, as kids, they want to be pampered by Ein. He obliges them, let them sit in his lap, and Albedo instantly became jealous. You know that was gonna happen by with every reaction she had over there. Mare lets her sit there. She was very, very happy, more than happy actually. Even when Heinz called her cute, even before this, and he said she smells nice, and she went into that sniff me more, like even 1 hour per. She's way, way over that setting he did back in season 1. Just drove her over the edge over here. But after those fun moments, they get a bit into the management with after they took over Erantel. Everybody was scared, everybody was dodging the kingdom, no more trading, lack of goods and materials, food and stuff like that. There's gonna be some things they have to take care of, everything. Albedo also wants to go to Restis, maybe set up some trade, so she's gonna leave Nazarick. I'm curious how she's gonna do on her own, and suggest to leave Pandora in charge, and we all know how Pandora is. Now, there was one more suggestion. Aura suggesting that boys should dress as girls and girls should dress as boys. But no, that's not gonna happen. It was a fun one. Amuske also showing up a bit with his new friend, Death Knight. And this is where we have the eccentric, weird Pandora making an appearance again. He felt a bit like an addict, needing his fix. I haven't touched magic items. Please let me touch my magic items. He was always being the double of the adventure, Momoa adventure, and he wants to go back to his previous duties. But this is where we see how Ainz wants to move forward, especially with Pandora telling him a child should surpass his father. I feel it went a bit to Pandora said more than a bit, even the maid that was there, Fifth, if I remember her name correctly. And he starts calling Ein's father, and telling him no more salutes, no more German talking with me, just be yourself, I wanna see your growth. Now, I'm curious how everybody else is gonna react when kind of showed a bit of favoritism towards Pandora, especially Albedo. How is she gonna react if she finds out about this father-son new dynamic he proposed there? But again, throughout this episode, everybody was thinking about it. Even Albedo, we saw it at the beginning. Now even Pandora asking him, how do you plan to rule the Sorcerer Kingdom? That was a very good question, and even gave him some time to ponder about. Even Fifth, the maid, talking to her a bit while going around town. What do you think about this country? Now, we see that all of their views, again, for humans are the same. She said it's easy, but she was also curious why nobody was really worshipping him when he was outside. But you see, again, those extremes. She was worshipping him, and she was expecting everybody else to do the same, as in worship him. But the humans that were there were still very scared around him, didn't know what to do. They were hiding, averting their eyes, which is understandable. You have this godlike being that took over your house, your world, your country, your everything around you. You're not gonna know how to react. I'm curious, maybe with time the reactions from humans are gonna change, but we'll see. And also the NPCs, the ones that are in Nazarick, still have this view of people as lesser, don't really consider them equals, or not even close to equals. And this was him going through everything, thinking about it, and later in the end of the episode he reaches a conclusion which I like quite a lot. Especially I feel like his visit to the guild, going inside and seeing it empty, not a lot of quests, especially for monsters, kind of gave him the beginning of the idea, probably because he goes to talk with the guild master, which he had that inner fear, but he was hiding it as subservience. He was saying yes, yes, your majesty, everything, but you can see even that small fist clench over there. He was choosing his words very, very carefully when he was talking with Ainz. And even when Ainz proposed, I want to absorb the guild into the Sorcerer Kingdom, he agreed instantly, but he had another plan, and Ainz knew about it. He was planning to send all of the adventurers to different guilds, different kingdom, and just hand him over an empty guild, was basically nothing. Asking him, what do you think is the purpose of adventurers? Protect people, don't interfere with politics and things like that. And this is where I liked it quite a lot. This is why I like, one of the reasons why I like the series, because there's a lot of discrimination going around between humans discriminating also quite a lot, especially other races, and asking the guildmaster, protect only humans, what about elves, half elves, other intelligent creatures, what about those? And the guildmaster hesitated there, he didn't really have a proper answer. This is where we see the plan that Ainz has for the guild. He wants the adventurers to be like explorers in a way, discover the unknown, a bit also like ambassadors of the Sorcerer Kingdom, because he can't really send the ones under him, because they still have that view of humans as lesser beings. Wouldn't really work to establish peaceful relationship. This is why he wants to use the adventurers, and saying he's gonna absorb the guild and give them full support, which I like quite a lot. But also I gotta give credit to the guildmaster, asking him, do you plan to invade other kingdoms around your territory? Which, that was a very good question, but I'm saying no, only if they take hostile action. If they are hostile, that's when we are gonna take action. And we gotta think about that holy kingdom with Demiurge and everything that happened. I'm curious what the interaction is gonna be between them when it happens. And telling him, already have enough power, enough military powers to do whatever I want. I don't plan invading, maybe not yet, we'll have to see that. And he wants the adventurer to actually become true adventurers, not just exterminator and guard dogs, like actual adventurers going discovering the unknown. I like quite a lot. Like I said, part of why I like the series, changing everything, prejudice, and establish things that are set in stone, opening people's minds. Even though it's just an anime, isekai world, blah blah blah, overpowered character, still does some really good things. And he wins over the guildmaster, agreeing. I'm curious how the adventurers are gonna take to this new suggestion. That's gonna be interesting. And after this, we finally get an answer as to what he wants to do with the kingdom. Talking with the maid, saying he cherishes the creation of his past friends, as in his other guild members, the most, but he also wants to have mercy for those that he rules, the ones that are under him, be it humans, being everything else, and in between, and saying, let us create an utopia, all races bow before me. Which we finally got an answer as to what he wants to do. Back from Demiurge predicted it, let's conquer the world. Even though it wasn't really his plan, it still ended up being his plan, and now his goal, which I'm very excited about. Overlord, I have missed this series quite a lot. I kind of also lost hope with of ever seeing season 4, but we got confirmation some time ago, and now it's finally here. Now I'm curious what you guys thought about this first episode. Wasn't really action, sort of getting us back into the series, setting up some future things with the kingdom, also with that the new Sorcerer Kingdom and the Holy Kingdom, Albedo, Demiurge, everything they're doing, trying to rule this new kingdom. I'm very happy with the series. As for the animation, can't really say much in this episode. It was just a lot of talking and interaction between characters. We haven't really had a fight scene or any magic being casted. We're gonna see later on how it is, and especially like I mentioned, please no more CGI. So let me know what you guys thought about Overlord in general up so far, and with this episode on, what do you think, especially you know, light novel readers, source material readers, what do you think of the first episode and anime onlys? Are you excited for Overlord being back? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Overlord, and also I'm gonna have some channel changes. We'll see when I have some more free time to work on an update video and also series I'm gonna follow. We're gonna do some changes here, not just episodic discussion review type videos. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.